Hey everybody, welcome to Dubstock. It's brought to you by FitAid. The Warriors are on the road. Dalton Johnson and I are on the road too, competing in some of the skills challenges. As you can see, I got in first place. Listen, Dalton has an amazing shot here as he was working in the 360 shooting cage. So while the Warriors were on the road, we decided that we would go on the road too. Hello from Oakland. We're in the Warriors' old practice facility. This is where the Warriors Basketball Academy does some of their summer camps, and registration for those summer camps is open now. The camps are in June, July, and August. They're for kids 7 to 15, that's boys and girls, and you can register for those camps now at gswacademy.com. So this is Dalton's first time in this facility. What do you think?
Oh, it was really, really cool. Again, I mean, I said it to you earlier where you can kind of feel the history when you walk into this building. We're walking down the hallway and you see the faces, the names, all of it. And then you just look up here, I mean, the banners, Hall of Famers, legends, all of it, right? So it was really cool. It was something that I'm not going to forget. I want to forget the second place, but today I'm not going to forget for sure.
There you go. Well, I'm not going to forget how pretty your jumper looked, so a great job there. Some things the Warriors would like to forget on the road in Oklahoma City. So they've lost to the Lakers, they've lost to OKC. Those feel-good vibes after their 5-game win streak at home is over. It is tough on the road this season. This is probably the number that you've had in your head all night too. 7-25 on the road. That is difficult for a team if they want to defend a championship. And when we're looking at some of the trouble spots tonight, I was thinking wonky defense, shot selection. Where should we start?
Yeah, I'm going to start with the shot selection because, look, we know that Steph Curry did everything he could. We're going to get to that. I mean, Steph and Klay combined to go 15 of 29 on three-pointers. The rest of the team went 5 of 22 beyond the arc.
Oh, my.
You know, and it's just the fact that you look at these splits with 2-pointers and 3-pointers, and I know that the Warriors have won championships as this 3-point shooting team, all of this, but especially on the road, they have to start making the game easier for themselves. And they're just not. Whenever they get in these holes early on the road, they revert to too many 3-pointers, and I think it's just really hurting them. Not just tonight, but throughout the season, especially on the road.
I remember there was a sequence, I think it was in the third quarter. Klay Thompson hit a 3-pointer, okay? Then OKC went to the rim. Then the Dubs missed a 3. OKC went to the rim. Dubs missed a 3. OKC went to the rim. So there you go. On a night where the Warriors just really didn't have it from 3. You know what? Maybe I need to check myself because the last I looked, I thought as a team they were shooting about 40% from 3 in this game, but they didn't get them in the moments they needed. I think you made a good point that it was all Steph and Klay, everybody else that wasn't working for them. So maybe that's where they find a more balanced offense until it's kind of working for everybody on the team.
It can't just be 2 guys.
Yeah.
You know, when Steph Curry came back, we kept saying he can't save the Warriors.
Correct.
He needs to be integrated into the Warriors. Obviously, he's Steph Curry, but we just can't expect him to put on this cape and all their road worries are gone. That's just not how it's going to work, right? And those are maybe 2 of the greatest shooters of all time, maybe 2 of the greatest shooters of all time, like 1 and 2. So, of course, you can rely on them. But when it's all them, like there's issues, you know? So I'm just looking for the rest of the team to find ways to find advantages for themselves, right? And that's where it's frustrating where, you know, this was the 10th straight game where the Warriors did not have a lead going in the second quarter. You know, they're now 0-16 on the road when trailing after the first quarter. 0-19 when trailing after the third quarter on the road this season. So it's these things that, you know, where you go, okay, this is not even the halfway point anymore. This is well beyond there, you know? So as far as like the road issues go, it's just kind of a shoulder shrug at this point where it's like, how do they change this? What is going to be able to flip the switch, especially before going to Memphis? It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and while you were talking, I wanted to check that 3-point shooting number. So as a team tonight, the Warriors shot 39% from 3. So, okay, not bad, but Steph had 10 of those. So there you go. Everybody else struggled a little bit. You're looking at Dante DiVincenzo in the starting lineup, 1 of 6 from 3. Jordan Poole, 1 of 7 from 3. His struggles from 3-point land continue. Okay, so on defense, you kind of see how the Warriors were allowing blow-bys to the rim, maybe not contesting threes. And then if they were playing defense, they fouled. That's the recipe to lose right there. I mean, Steve Kerr noted immediately that the Warriors gave up 137 points tonight. It's going to be tough to win this game.
Yeah, again, the issues that we've said the whole season, right? Turnovers and free throws.
Okay.
The Thunder scored 26 points off of turnovers, but it's the free throws to me.
Yeah.
At halftime, the Thunder only had 2 free throws. So it's, the Warriors are down by a little bit. They had that really good second quarter. And you're going, okay, this looks like something where they can actually dig out of this hole and get a win on the road. Mm-hmm. The Thunder took 15 free throws in the third quarter alone. And yes, some of those calls were questionable, of course. But you can't say that all of them were.
Sure.
15 free throws?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just too many. Like, again, what are you going to do as far as digging these kind of holes and then go, okay, now we can turn it on with 6-7 minutes left?
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
That also interrupts the Warriors' flow in the third quarter. There's not going to be that third quarter magic if there's so many whistles, stops, and starts. You interrupt your own pace in that degree. All right, let me throw you a few more stats for defense. OKC averages 118 points, 137 tonight. They averaged 36% from three as a team, 46% tonight. And then, add 24 free throw attempts. Hey, that's the game. And that stinks because it really overshadows, the loss does, a spectacular night for Steph Curry, okay? 40 points and 35 minutes and a season-high 10 threes. What did you think about Steph's game?
I thought that it wasn't just the fact that it was 10 three-pointers. It was the efficiency of everything. Mm-hmm. Again, he was in the first half, 14 points, 5 of 6 from the field. He goes out and, just trying to put his team on the back. Look at that, 10 of 16 from three-point land. 14 of 23 overall. This is not someone who's just hucking up shots from deep. He was doing everything for them, trying to do everything. And this isn't just, the shoulder injury was one thing, and it was also his non-shooting arm.
Was it non-shooting
Like,
shoulder?
okay, that's tough for me, yes.
Yeah.
But to miss 11 straight games, come back and do what he's done these last 2 games with a leg injury, it's beyond impressive, right? So, again, a huge, huge Steph Curry game. This was his 5th game with at least 40 points this season, but they are now 51-10 all-time in regular season games when he scores at least 40 points. Yeah. So 51-9 going into this, you're going, okay, if he keeps this up, again, they're going to be able to find their way to somehow sneak out one of these wins. But it just wasn't enough tonight. And when he has that kind of game and it's not enough, that's when it's a real kind of head-scratcher, right?
That's bad news for the Warriors. Yes, he missed 11 games, but it seems like there's never any rust on Steph. He had 27 points when he came back against the Lakers, built on that tonight with the 40. I think we should hear from number 30, who just sat down at the podium.
Physically feel great, emotionally all over the place. So everything's good, trying to track in terms of getting back on the floor and playing my normal minutes and the body responding well.
So the Wiggins play at the end, iron 3 points being hot with the play.
He got all ball. And then there's the judgment of how much he comes into your space after you get a block. But he got enough ball that it really didn't matter. So it was a great defensive play by him.
What is probably the most frustrating part of tonight's loss?
Just the kind of the in the margin plays that, obviously I think just the way we've played on the road first and foremost, but the fact of how hard it is to win an NBA game on the road. I don't care what you've accomplished in the past or what type of talent you have or whatever. There are certain momentum swings that make it really even more difficult. And, we haven't proven that we can overcome those by just raw talent. We have to continue to stay accountable to those moments where you give the other team life, whether that's a turnover or a missed box out, not running back in transition, those type of plays that you watch the film and it's like, yeah, we can do something better. Those are things that you can control. You can't control whether they make or miss shots or, how hot they might get. It's just those type of plays where, you just give them life, and on the road it's just tough.
Clay, which is in convention, but of course staying present and not getting too far ahead of yourself. As for the team, as a leader, just how do you help guys stay present and not have their mind drift to playoffs?
The fact that we are not in a safe enough spot to do that. You just you look at the stands and keep it real. We have some tough opponents coming up, so just a matter of what we did on the road while me and Wiggs and GP were out. They won 5 games in a row, because you can rally around being shorthanded, and guys played amazing. When we come back on the road, those same principles apply, because it's way harder to do it away from Chase, and we obviously haven't shown that we can do that. And like I said, we're not in a safe spot, in terms of the standings or where we're at, or just the vibe around how we're playing. So we got to keep repeating that even until you're blue in the face, until we actually do it.
And despite it not being a safe spot, the standings, to go through all the ups and downs of the season, the atmosphere, look up and pivot to the third place, that's to have some benefits of where.
If we take advantage of it in the sense of, at some point, building true momentum, proving again, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over, but that we can win on the road, win a tough game, and take advantage of the fact that, nobody would say we've played consistent or played our best basketball yet, and that, if you truly believe that our goal is to win a championship and that the reward at the end is great enough to fight through what we've all been through and where we're going to go through these last however many games, that we can do it. That's the confidence has to remain. That's why we lace them up. So got to get there.
You gave him a shout out on Twitter last month, remember? He told me that your tweet made him wanted him to be more maybe player a little more. What are your thoughts on his game recently, if you ever watched him? And what would you say to him for him to go to the next level?
More than anything, it's just an opportunity to connect with somebody that has obviously potential in the game of basketball, but that loves what I do, what we do on our team, and the form of inspiration and connection there. So I'm glad that there's some energy coming back around what a simple tweet, meant and all that. So haven't watched too much, but to keep working, enjoy the game. It's great no matter where you land, where you end up. It teaches you a lot about yourself. So the game will continue to give if you pour into it.
So the next, how confident are you?
I'm always confident. That's why we show up. But you'd like to have something to show for it at some point. So we got another opportunity on Thursday against a great team that's probably going to be a wild atmosphere, and we got to be ready for it. But confidence never wavers. It's just frustrating at times when you can't, get it done. And again, have something that says, yeah, we know how to win on the road, this particular team. So got another opportunity.
Dalton, I'm struck by something Steph said right at the beginning, that physically he's fine, emotionally it's all over the place. Why do you think the Warriors have been so scattered?
I think it's a great way to say it, right? I mean, he sees them win 5 games in a row. He knows he's coming back. You could see him in the locker room how excited he was to be back on the court. And you have these kind of performances, it's frustrating. If you only have 7 road wins the entire season, you need to be completely connected on the court. We saw times tonight that they were not connected, they were disconnected, which we'll talk about more about as the show goes on. But again, I think that's kind of the season right now, is, you got to be able to be completely in sync to finally get some momentum on the road, and they're not there. And he's saying it. If Steph Curry's saying it, the rest of the team has to have their ears wide open and be hearing it as well.
Yeah, well, there's a reality sinking in that if the Warriors cannot win on the road in the regular season, it's going to be even more difficult to do so on the road in the playoffs. Steph was also saying, we have the hope, he said this previously, that we can defend our championship, but we're also trying to stay out of the play-in. So it's two things can be true at the same time, and it is weird. This dichotomy this season is weird.
It's very weird because, again, as you said, they truly believe we have the guys, we have the core,
Yeah.
we can win this thing as long as we get in. But you're also kind of fighting just to teeter on and teeter forward, and then you go. Every time they feel like they're taking 1 or 2 or 3 steps forward,
Yeah.
it doesn't get to 4 or 5 or 6. It steps back. And sometimes it's really big steps back, like tonight. And ahead of this Memphis game, he brought it up as far as the emotion of that kind of game. It's going to be a heck of an atmosphere out there, and they better all be on the same page, mentally, emotionally, physically, everything, to come out and have a happy ride back home to San Francisco. They go 0-3 against that team too. Watch out. It's
You are
tough.
exactly right how emotional that game is going to be on Thursday. It will be tough, hostile, we'll say, to play in Memphis. All right, the Warriors have been there before, though. Let's see if they can get it together. All right, when we come back, we need to take a look at a play that showed Draymond was very exasperated, and also another tee for Jordan Poole. That's next when Dubs Talk Live returns.
Dubs Talk Live is presented by FitAid Clean Energy and Sports Recovery, the energy drink for athletes. FitAid Energy is naturally sweetened with only 15 calories, no sucralose, no aspartame, and no compromises.
Camera, and we toss to Jeff Adiego, is that correct? Okay, got that. The Draymond video. Yes, okay, great. All right, hello everybody on YouTube. How's everybody doing? Dee, Catherine, Rebel, Shannon, Val is here, Otis is here. Thank you, I love recognizing your names.
Right.
William says Wiggins and GP2 we desperately need. And yeah, on a night when we're talking about the defense, whew, they could use those guys.
Oh my God, big time. My thing though at the same time is, okay, like you're going to rely on, one player, and Andrew Wiggins, who understandably has been away for 3 weeks now.
This is his 9th straight game.
His 9th straight game. He's been away for nearly a month.
Yeah.
Gary Payton II, who will miss at least a month, and also you're going to insert them pretty soon before the playoffs and go, okay, fix our defense.
That's a good point.
It's
The
not exactly
expectations
fair.
will be too high.
Yeah,
It needs to be
and
a
I think
team effort.
that's my only worry as far as that.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to connect a lot of things a lot
Yeah.
better, and what they do with their versatility, their length, all that should be a big improvement for this team.
Yeah.
I just don't want the expectation, like you said, to kind of, hey, like you fix it. Just like when Steph comes back, hey, you fix it all.
Yeah.
Just not how it works.
Yeah.
Right? But especially for two guys that are going to have a pretty good layoff, coming back and expect them to fix a defense like this, there should be improvements, but to fix it, it's a different story to me.
You're right. I have all the confidence in the world in those guys.
Oh, me
I know you
too,
do too.
for
But,
sure.
but you're right. With the for the length of the absence Wiggins has had, and then the fact that GP2 has been injured this season, I also think we should get an injury update. It's supposed to be in mid-March for GP2.
I
and that
believe
would
it should be like around March 15th or
That would
so.
be next week.
Yeah. So it's coming soon.
Okay. Welcome back to Dubstock Live, brought to you by FitAid. We are coming to you live from Oakland this evening. This is where the Warriors have their basketball academy, their skills cages. Dalton and I got to check it out. We also had a chance to catch up with Jeff Adiego, who is the vice president of the Warriors Basketball Academy, with registration for summer camp open now.
Another summer's upon us, and I think the thing I get most excited about is we do camps throughout the Bay Area, so over 20 locations, and a lot of times, we might only be in that region for a couple times each year, so it's seeing those kids, seeing those families in those locations that we don't always get to see on a weekly basis or daily basis, and kind of seeing how they're progressing, seeing how their skills are, and trying to help them get better. This place is special. Obviously it served as the Warriors practice facility for more than 20 years, and for Steph to spend 10 years of his career honing his skills here, becoming an all-star, becoming a champion, becoming an MVP. So I think using that inspiration as kids come through the door to kind of achieve what they want to do on the court. And then we also have some pretty cool performance technology, which I think you've taken part in previously, that we showcase for the kids as well while they're here. So just a special place to be, especially if you're a basketball player. I mean, what better place than playing in this facility? But I think what makes me the most proud is when we hear about former campers that come back to us after they've played in high school, maybe played in college, maybe even beyond that, and they want want to be part of our staff. So, you know, for us, it makes us feel like what we did for them when they were young players has inspired them to want to do the same thing for the next generation. So if they can be involved in inspiring that next group of kids to be the best player they can be on the court and be the best person they can be off the court, then that's what makes us most proud.
Thanks to Jeff for having us here tonight. This was the camp, or at least the camp system, that Juan Toscano Anderson came to when he was in 3rd grade. And if your kid is watching this camp stuff thinking, I want to go, sign up now. Registration is open for the summer session. Go to that website, gswacademy.com. The camps are not just in Oakland as well. There are locations all around the Bay Area to make it easy for parents and kids to take part in something that feels really special. And Dalton, as we were doing that passing drill, I was thinking to myself, I wish I had something like this when I was growing up. Like, this kind of skills academy is really worthwhile. It's even a place that Warriors players come to for fun or sometimes for rehab. Like, it makes a difference.
Oh, it's super cool. I mean, I was thinking about me growing up dribbling on rocks out in Pengrove and everything. I mean, like, this is unreal back here, right?
Yeah.
I think you heard me at the start of the video talk about this is the longest 30 seconds of my life. I was like, this is a leg workout too.
Yeah.
We're doing the dribbling, the passing, the shooting. I was getting a sweat going on, and imagine being a kid doing that. Like, it has to, number one, just inspire you. You bringing up Juan Toscano Anderson, number one, a Bay Area legend with that, right? For the kids, you see these names and faces around here, these banners up here, and it makes you just want to kind of be that, right? And you be able to step on this building, and it kind of gives you this glimmer of not just a dream, but a reality. So it was really, really cool to kind of be part of this today, and I can only imagine what it's like for these kids as well.
Yeah, this is the same court where Steph Curry was heaving threes in practice. It was the same court where Kevin Durant was dunking.
Think about that.
You feel that when you're playing underneath these banners. Really special to be here, and gswacademy.com is that website again. All right, back to the game in OKC. The Warriors showed some exasperation, and I think there was one play that really captured this. It was the second quarter, and it was Draymond looking very frustrated with Jordan Poole. So Jordan Poole trying to attack, he's bringing the ball up the floor, and then Draymond is open. He could have darted to the basket there, maybe for an easy one, calling for it, didn't get it, and then Draymond walked away from the play. What do you think about that?
I think it's inexcusable, to be honest with you. The Warriors are down by 1 point right here. This is under a minute to go in the first half. You just walk off the court. Number one, I understand right when he cuts, he has a window of being open, but there's also Josh Giddey right there too. It's not like it was a guarantee that Draymond's gonna make it or find somebody like that. He's lucky that the Thunder did not score on the other side. The fact is the Thunder's missed 4 chances, basically just getting an easy layup. So he's lucky. He didn't even go back on defense. Again, like, these are things, we talk about the road and where you can't dig yourself some holes. This can't happen on the road. This can't happen in general. You're a leader of the team with a defending champion team. Just can't happen going forward.
And that wasn't a turnover for Jordan Poole. So whether he didn't see Draymond or didn't think he could get that pass in there, Jordan reset the play by sending it up to Klay Thompson. And then, because Draymond had his back to the play, he could have intercepted that ball from Lou Dort. Like, that didn't have to be a turnover, but Draymond had his back to the ball. And you're right, that kind of exasperation in that moment, that's really unacceptable.
It really is. I mean, Jordan Poole was a team-high +9 in the first half. He had no turnovers. Look, Draymond Green played great tonight. I mean, he was a double-double, just about a double-double. I think he led the team in +-. But just in general, as far as being that leader, can't happen going forward. This is something that they have to be able to leave in Oklahoma City, something that should be talked about on the bench, in the locker room, and hopefully is a good conversation maybe on the plane to get it over and done with, because we just can't see this happen in Memphis or going forward.
Yeah, frustration, totally fine, but in the moment, that's a conversation to show your exasperation on the bench, as you said, or during a timeout. So, okay, so some trouble spots for the Warriors. The schedule, it does not get easier. Never does. We'll talk about that when Dubstock Live, brought to you by Fit Aid, returns.
Dubs Talk Live is presented by Fit Aid Clean Energy and Sports Recovery, the energy drink for athletes. Fit Aid Energy is naturally sweetened with only 15 calories, no sucralose, no aspartame, and no compromises.
About a minute? Oh, that's quick.
Thank God I can talk fast.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Hey, about Draymond having a good game tonight. Oh, we needed to hear from Steph tonight. Dalton, you noticed that Draymond had a double-double, so 11 points, 11 assists. But this wasn't a game where he had a lot of rebounds, actually. That surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, it really did surprise me. Again, I mean, they started off really small, where Kevon Looney was questionable going into this game.
Right.
You know, he played his 177th consecutive game. Iron Loon continued his streak.
Iron Loon.
You know, but they played it out small, and Steve Kerr said, hey, that didn't make a difference either. But they were hoping they can go out and run and not get in that 11-2 hole early on, right, and kind of get that offense going, use their speed with somebody like Jonathan Kuminga. But, yeah, I was definitely surprised to watching the game and also looking at the box score and going, he only has 1 rebound?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, I also, every time a player looks like they're underperforming in some kind of category, I always think, my first thought is, are they injured? Should we give them that kind of grace? We know that Draymond's hand is bothering him. He said he's been dealing with a hand injury since the Blazers game. Looney appeared on the box score, questionable, as you mentioned. Jordan Poole took a knee to knee. He's been kind of banged up. So I want to acknowledge this without necessarily making excuses for the guys, but it is the time of year where the ice packs are aplenty in the locker room postgame.
Oh, yeah, I think that might be Draymond's buzzword right now is ice. Because, yes, he's been definitely iced up for a while right now. He's been playing through pain, so that's not something that be, something bad for him is what we're saying. Yeah. But he's definitely.
All right, we're back on Dubstock. Got to look at the schedule. Thursday, the Warriors play in Memphis. I believe Ja Morant, undetermined if he's going to play in that game, still suspended indefinitely. But then you look at who the Warriors have at home. The Bucks, #1 in the East right now. You follow that up with the Suns, who are above the Warriors in the standings and folding in KD into the offense. What do you think about this schedule being pretty unrelenting?
Oh, a ton of contenders, but not just contenders, title contenders. These are going to be big-time tests for the Warriors. Again, you want to see them finish off this road trip strong because the Bucks and the Suns at home.
That's tough.
Get ready, Warriors fans. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, let's hope Chase Center has some magic to help propel the team. This was a tough one tonight. All right. Thanks. See you guys.
That's awesome.
Well, ran out of time to say the name of the show. But you're watching.
We got the idea.
Dubstock Live, brought to you by FitAid.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for your comments on YouTube. I love that we have a little community in here. Thank you guys for being so loyal and watching. We have a comment that says, "Ice, ice, baby, word to your mother." I don't know.
A little vanilla ice on here? Ice, ice, baby. Word to your mother?
Oh, the ice pack. Straight
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's classic.
That's nice. All right, great.
Okay.
And Catherine says the wish that I think a lot of fans might have, can we just play all the rest of the games at home?
That'd be nice. It's not reality, but that would be nice.
No, the schedule makers would not do the Warriors that favor, even though they're the defending champs. Man, would you make that bargain? Okay, would you, if you had to play an entire season at home, if it meant you had to play the next 2 seasons entirely on the road?
The next 2 seasons?
Yeah. Is that unfair? Should it just be a 1-for-1?
Probably, but also if you're thinking, well,
I'm making the terms here.
Well, we got veteran Steph, veteran Clay, veteran Draymond, let's just ride this wave at home for this year and give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
Might be nice.
I don't know if Joe Lacob would like that as far as ticket sales and beer sales go. Yeah, maybe 1-for-1. Could you play an entire season at home if it meant you had to play the entire next season on the road?
That's a heck of a what if right there.
It almost feels like a monkey paw situation. Careful what you wish for. All right. And on that note, because I'm getting a little goofy tonight, we should probably say goodbye. But we'll see everybody Thursday. Thanks for watching.